Hello, and welcome to another episode of ContinuousX podcast, where we try to solve for X in the SDLC equation. Here with me is Mike Fitzurka, my co-host and colleague. And in this episode, we are pleased to welcome back our friend, Saurabh Chhatwal, solution architect at Google. Glad to have you back, Saurabh.
Thank you very much, Rick. Thanks for having me on the podcast again.
Well, terrific. We're going to jump right into it in terms of application programming interface questions. So as government agencies perform digital transformation, most are adopting an API-first approach to create more flexible, scalable, and user-friendly digital services that meets the needs of the citizenry. By adopting this approach, agencies can create reusable and modular APIs that can be easily integrated into various applications, websites, and platforms, etc. By doing so, agencies are putting APIs in the center of their software development processes. What are some of the challenges an agency needs to be aware of when embracing this strategy?
Well, first of all, great question. Before we get into the facts of why APIs are getting so popular or have already become so popular and the challenges associated, I think we also want to understand the public leadership mindset who are interested in building the digital experiences for their customers based upon taking an API first approach. So almost any and every public sector leader I have at least interacted with, they tend to display these three traits for sure. Number one, they're highly customer obsessed or citizen obsessed. They are highly empathetic and knowledgeable leaders. They are self-aware about their agency and citizen problems. They naturally tend to work backwards from it and then try to build systems which address these problems frictionlessly. They're highly standards oriented. Their belief is more in standards versus fragmented tooling. In that, what I have truly observed is that they believe in who has done this the best rather than how or what tool does it best. And quite interestingly, they all tend to refer to the North Star agencies like NIST for their standards, CISA for security standards, MITRE framework for cybersecurity standards. And then a very common theme is they're highly conscious about their brand image, building things with fairness, diversity, and equity. It is truly something which is very important to them and to their agencies as they plan to build highly scalable and safe systems for their citizens. So those are the three things which they really care about. Now, if we try to look at how APIs augment that mindset, how APIs come together with the mindset of these public sector leaders, APIs can, remove the friction in digital experiences. APIs can truly help you scale global scale systems. Just as an example, right? Google Maps has scaled globally overall. APIs can truly address the issues around identity, authentication, and authorization. And if we are able to apply that towards citizen experiences to remove any kind of friction, it gives the public sector leaders a scalable technology and a framework which is approved by North Star agencies like NIST, MITRE to build large scale systems. That is the real answer behind why APIs are becoming so popular, and especially so why public sector leaders are so hyper focused on building digital experiences with APIs. Now, if I have to break down in layman's terms, what are the challenges before even categorizing them into, technical buckets? Um, Public sector leaders are concerned about, hey, if I expose this public system, is my data safe? It's not getting exfiltrated. They have doubts around, hey, if we are going to expose sensitive data by APIs, it should not fall into bad actors' hands. Right. Doubt, they express doubt around, and then these are all the kind of questions which I have personally taken and addressed, and they're doubtful about who knows that how many APIs are we exposing. We are concerned about, our APIs getting hacked and our accounts getting taken over. We are doubtful that we inventorying our stuff properly or not. We are doubtful if we are practicing the best security possible. And then, how do we ensure that we take a platform and ecosystem based approach around addressing these challenges? Now, with this, usually my answer is that very, very valid questions. And then typically, based upon several surveys which I have seen, how do you build trust with your citizens? How do you build trust with an agency? And how do you build trust with your people? If I'm working with you, why would you trust me? If I'm building something, why would you trust me?
Right.
If I'm able to authoritatively express and showcase proof that your data is safe in this platform, your identities are safe in this platform, we would be able to keep you up and available. And at the same time, we would be able, this system which we are building on APIs would be able to address emergent public emergency situations like what we experienced during the COVID-19 pandemic, that all the health and human services were under high pressure, aggregating information in real time. It was a huge challenge. It was truly a big challenge. Various Department of Transportations, you need to come into the agency to renew your driver's license, but with the COVID-19 pandemic, health best practices, hey, social distancing norms, and all these things. I would say that we happen to be unfortunate, at the same time, very fortunate in this era, seeing the transformation going towards digital to address these human challenges, and these public sector leaders absorbing all the stress while making the best possible decisions in the limited horizon of delivery. It's truly amazing that so many states, so many agencies have delivered solid experiences, and I can go on and on, but I'll let you ask a question if you would like.
Well, I know Mike's got a question, but it's amazing, Saurabh, how you express challenges in an opportunistic way and in a positive way. So bravo.
That's the Chinese character, the opportunity in a crisis, right?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Well, it sounds like from your experience, the public sector personnel have the right mindset of citizen first focus, and it's certainly that all of the API management and doing that is a whole nother layer. You have to discuss with security. You have to deal with users. You have to protect identities. It's just like any other major service. It's just now you're doing it through an API. That also sounds kind of expensive. Do you know if there's kind of ways to help meet that challenge? Everyone's budget conscious these days.
Well, absolutely, yes. The few pillars which public sector leaders and software engineering or product leaders lead with, and cost is definitely one of those pillars. And whenever we are talking public sector, we cannot ignore the scale. That said, any system which may prove to be cost conscious in a contained enterprise environment could go out of proportion when exposed to millions of citizens. Like, think about the IRS, and the scale of IRS is directly mappable to the entire United States population. The state of, think about the immigration agencies like USCIS. Their scope is anyone applying for a visa or an immigration benefit or US citizenship from across the globe. So they are getting applications. So it's not just cost, it's also the economics of unlocking the innovation. It is also the economics of unlocking the security, but at the same time doing it at the best possible cost. Contrary to the popular belief, government has set aside funding for this. And that is visible in the executive orders and how the Office of Management and Budget basically inviting proposals from leading vendors who could securely scale, because trust is the main factor, and also wanting to know that if you're trying to build this kind of scale, what kind of costs could be involved over here. And they're very fair in their evaluation while trying to build these systems. So I'm very, very proud how this country is investing in the digital experiences they are building.
Fantastic. Thank you, Saurabh, for that insight. Always a pleasure talking to you. I feel a little smarter after every time we have a conversation. So thank you. It's amazing how a three little acronym can be so involved and layered. So we appreciate this time of yours. We appreciate the viewers as we try to solve for X in the SDLC equation. Thank you, and we'll see you next time, perhaps with Saurabh and some of his colleagues. So stay tuned.
Thank you very much, Rick. Thank you very much, Mike. Bye.